All right, welcome back to the weekly Forex cast. I know it's been a couple weeks since I did one, but just really had a solid week. Ended the week with some beautiful setups, beautiful moves. So I'm going to be covering some of the pairs that's on my watch list, but also have a few requests. All right, so we can see this week was a big week. This past trading week, we had FOMC. We also had NFP. So the rates remained unchanged, and then also with to NFP to end the week with the dollar, we had some negative numbers. So we see finally it's looking like this big bullish run is finally looking like it's about to give us a nice correction. All right. So we see here on the weekly, looking to the left, right? This is a previous level of support here that eventually turned resistance on the retest. It turned resistance here. All right. So we can clearly see that this breakdown right here is giving us a break of structure. All right. So we can see that we got this bearish engulfing right here. So with that bearish engulfing, that's a sign that price is likely to continue to the downside. Always when the week ends, going into the next week, I like to look at how the weekly close. All right. That's very key. So we got a bearish engulfing. All right. We see here on the daily, we also breaking this daily level of structure. All right. So that's a good sign. Coming into next week, I will still be looking for a bearish continuation on the dollar. So maybe a slight pullback or retest. But overall, I believe the dollar is setting up to give us another corrective wave to the downside. All right. I would look at areas of structure like this, like roughly around this structure level. All right. Somewhere around there. All right. Price probably pull back some first, but then set up to give us a wave down into this level of structure. Now, if we come down here and we break even further, then we can set up for a bigger correction. All right. So, and we can see how some of these dollar pairs move to also continue with it. All right. But also looking at the yen index, JPY. So still bearish, still bearish. We see some strong moves because it also was rates dealing with the yen. So we see here on the daily, we got a strong impulsive breakdown, and this is clearly still in the downtrend, clearly. So I believe yen will continue bearish, maybe some pullbacks, but overall, I would like for that to continue to the downside. Also on on the weekly, we got a bearish engulfing. All right, so we're still looking bearish for yen. You can just ride the wave when you trade yen pairs. All right, GU, man, look at this move. I actually called this trade out. All right. I called this trade out in the Discord. Okay. And this was a beautiful move. So this rose, it hit our TP2 at 1.225. But you see it pumped even further with the negative numbers for the dollar. Strong engulfing candle on the weekly. All right. The buyers are in control of this market. On a daily, strong close up. We look to the left. Price is breaking back above this strong level of demand. All right. Also breaking this structure here. So now I still like for another wave up. All right. So we will look for the pullbacks. On the pullbacks, right, or retest, I like for GU to continue to the upside. EU, same thing. We can see here on the weekly, strong weekly close above this level. If you look to the left, this was a major level of demand in the past. All right, so price just now give a strong pump at this level, big pump. This candle right here on the weekly is 200 plus pips, about 215 pips or so. So same thing, we can look at this on a daily. Price is breaking structure. We're breaking this level of structure right here, closing back above. We look to the left. All right, this is also a nice level of demand. So price just broke back above that level. So I like for price to set up for another wave to the upside. You can also look at this like, I'll take trend lines, right? So price, firm break of that. All right, we can even go down to the 4 hour. All right, so now looking at this, look for price to pull back. On the pullback or retest of structure, all right, I like for price to continue to the upside. AU, all right, I'm trying to get through these as quick as possible. It's real simple. Once you know the move is in, the direction is set, and it's clear, it's not hard to be able to tell where we're likely to go. All All right, so you just look for price to do that and react to once price shows you it. So we can see here on AU also a very strong pump going along with the strength of the dollar. So same thing, you know, I'm still going to be leaning towards dollar bears next week. So on AU, on any pullback opportunity, that's viewed as another opportunity to continue further. So even if it pulls back, all right, and if they don't give you that initial pullback and just continues to pump, then on a continued pump, then catch the next pullback or maybe retest and ride it up, all right? So just got to be patient, allow price to come to us. Gold. So gold was also a very nice setup. I sent this out. This also was played out nice, but we can see, I mean, gold has been in the uptrend here on the daily. Well, this is the 4 hour, but also on the daily, you know, price has been in the uptrend. So we see prices creating higher highs, higher low. It retested this structure, all right? It grabbed a lot of liquidity. That's one thing gold does, especially around news. It's going to come and grab liquidity a lot, right? Spike past previous lows and things of that nature. That's what this move here. I believe this did this with FOMC, right? Took out these lows and then pumped to the upside, all right? So moving forward, I'm still bullish on gold, all right? Maybe a pullback, but overall, I like the gold to continue, at least to continue back to this high, and likely we can see this to potentially create a higher high, and really we could see this come up and continue up into these levels, these higher, these all-time high levels up here. All right, that's gold, still bullish. USD Swiss franc. All right, I actually caught a nice sale to end this, to end the week with NFP on this. And we can see if we look at this on a weekly, all right. So price, if we look to the left, price was creating lower highs and lower lows here, right? And then we had a nice reversal up. So it retested same area of structure and then fell, right? So it gave this pullback, and now it's possibly setting up for another fall. If we look to the left, right, this was also a nice area of demand in the past that became resistance here. So we rejected from that same level, all right? And then price pulled up to, after this breakdown, to retest structure, and then we see this fall. All right, so going into the week, with my bias being bearish on the dollar, it will be the same here on USD Swiss franc. Okay, so with that, you know, this is like a nice bearish flag setup. So with that, I like the price to continue. Either, you know, we see some type of correction or pullback here set up for the next wave, all right, or if it just continues down, you know, first and then get the pullback. But overall, I would say look for a continued buy. So I would like for price to stay below this daily candle, all right? So which is this structure right there. So, you know, possibly correct some of that to set up for the next wave. USDCAD also gave a nice move to the downside. All right, we came up to a strong level of supply. If we look to the left, around the psychological level, like 1.39, all right? Here in the past, it fell, came up slightly, fell again. So we got a nice drop here on the weekly. We can see this weekly is giving us a bearish engulfing, all right? So with that, the sellers are in control. So I still like sales here going into next week. We look to the left, price started basically to break below this, also this level of structure, right? So nice daily close. So I like for this to, you know, possibly pull back some. All right, a little slight pullback, but overall, I like for this to set up for another wave down. But that type of daily close, it's likely we can see price stay below this daily candle. All right. So with that, you know, you could come down to the smaller time frame. You know, it's either price is going to pull back some first, all right, or it's just going to continue here because we are breaking structure. So it could just continue, then maybe give a pullback, you know, for the next wave. But overall, if you're looking to trade USDCAD, look for sales. GJ, like I showed you with the yen index, still bearish. So that's why we got a GJ pump. You see, looking to the left, we just got a strong pump above this level of structure. All right, nice daily close right here. So with that, also the weekly, very strong, impulsive, engulfing candle. So I like for GJ to continue, all right, possibly pull back around structure levels like this. All right, so look for price to pull back. But on these pullbacks, even if it comes down a little further, overall, I'm expecting GJ to continue to the upside. Really, with a move like this, I would expect price to stay above this daily candle. All right. So you can even measure that out. Like you can measure this candle. All right. Like a 50% pullback at least will be ideal. You know what I mean? And that's roughly around that structure level. All right. Look for entries. And then, I would like for price to stay below this candle. Okay. And catch that next move. Looking to the left, you have structure up here, to the upside. All right. That's GJ. Bullish. EJ, same thing. We broke above this high. All right. Look on the weekly. Strong close on the weekly. I actually think, okay, we have a high up here. We have a high up here. So that was the fall in 2008 with the crash. All right. So nice weekly engulfing. So this is still showing signs to be bullish. All right. Continuation. So I expect this to continue up. That's what I would look for until price shows you a reason to look else, a reason to not look for sales. Like if this was to come down and just break down right here, all right, then it possibly gonna give a bigger pullback. But EJ, it's like it's kind of iffy right here because like I wouldn't be surprised if it did try to give a deeper pullback. But overall, I'm still leaning towards buys on EJ. All right, but this is not a pair that I'm looking to trade next week, but overall is bullish. So I would say look for buys because even it could possibly just continue to break, it could continue to break above and create higher highs. If it does that, then you can look for the next pullback, retest, and continue. But overall, I would look to ride the wave to the upside. EURNZD. So with EURNZD, I sent this out. This was a pair I was waiting for. You can't catch them all, but it ended up finally dumping. After a break of structure, because we look to the left, it rejected from this level of supply that it had a fall from before. We can also see on the weekly, strong evening star. This is a beautiful evening star on the weekly, which is definitely a sign that price is going to head down further. All right. Now, it could pull back a little further before, but overall, it's set to head down further by looking at a close like that. More than likely. But price did hit a significant level that I was looking for it to hit. 1.79, around a psychological number. So it was ranging here before it finally broke this level. And this actually is perfect with my 4-hour retest entry strategy. Nice, strong close on the 4-hour, breaking structure to the left, right? On these pullback or retest of that, you look for your sell. So that was a beautiful opportunity right here, really. The price pulled back, stop loss above here. Right, we could have rolled this down. That was a nice, almost 1-3, basically about a 1-3 risk to reward. Yeah, because it dropped 3. All right, so that was a nice setup. I missed it. I caught some other pairs though, but that was a beautiful setup. So moving forward, I expect this to continue. Now it's just a matter of, if we look to the left, this is a psychological strong level. Look to the left, this is a major level supply area here. All right, so how I would play this is either look for more of a breakdown here and then catch the next pullback or retest, or price can correct some of this daily candle first. All right, like this move, that it just gave, maybe pull back towards that low, or maybe a retest towards there, but some type of pullback first can possibly happen before continuing. So that will be the next potential area of retest. If price wanted to pull back somewhere around here, I would look for price to pull back to and then continue. All right, or it could just continue to break down, and then on the next corrective opportunity, you could look to ride the wave. All right, but bias remains bearish on EN. GN, same thing, broke down, price came up, grabbed liquidity, right, spike past that high, and then fell. All right, continue this fall. Same thing on a weekly, strong evening star pattern, which is a sign that the sellers are going to continue down further. All right, so it's just a matter of how price want to react here. All right, because looking to the left, this is around this level of demand right here, this demand area where price had a rise before. So seeing a break of that is a sign that it's going to continue. So price, technically, it did break below. It's through some wicks right here, so you got to be careful. I would like to see, to be safe, you could wait for, like, let's say another move down, let's say, a price, because it is slightly retesting. This could be an opportunity to catch it. But let's say if it holds here and then falls, then you can look for the next pullback opportunity or retest and ride the wave, all right? Because if it don't hold here, it could go back for a deeper pullback, you know, before then continuing. But overall, my bias remains to the downside on GN. EA, all right? So this was a pair that was also requested. So we see here on the weekly, I mean, we got a nice, looking to the left, right? Nice area of supply. Price had big fall, a lot of institutional flow there. So we had a nice rejection around that same area. All right. So with EA, still bearish on EA2. It's just a matter of here. We at this level of structure. Look to the left, support or demand. So if price continues, if it breaks down here, all right, nice break, I would look for the retest of that and look to continue this down, really down towards this low support to that lower support. All right, so that could be a nice opportunity on the break, retest, continuation. All right, GA also gave a fall. So, but now GA is finding support at this major level of structure. All right, so we're finding some support. All right, the daily close. This is like it's a bit of a tweezer bottom. All right, so this could set up for a bigger pullback. So yeah, with GA is pulling back now. All right, it had a rise, so possibly pull back a little further. But overall, this could set up for another fall. All right, I like the setup on EA better. All right, but I would say on this, watch for a deeper pullback before any more potential moves down. All right. So those some of the pairs on my watch list. I'm going to be focusing on primarily probably a couple dollar pairs. I'm going to keep my eye out on some of the others as well. So if you're in the Discord, I will keep you up to date on any potential signal. I hope y'all got value out of that. Be sure to like, subscribe. Also, if you're looking for signals, mentorship, hands-on training, and things of that nature, tap into our Discord. I'm doing a promo until November 15th. You can lock in. You can lock in for only $97 one time. All right, so $97 one time will get you involved into the group. All right. So hope y'all got value out of that. Be blessed. Let's catch some pips next week. You know, I'm looking forward to next week. It's a beautiful thing where things are lined up. Now you just got to execute. You got to allow price to come to you, especially when the market is clear. Wait for your opportunity and then kill it. All right. So let's secure the bag. Peace.